Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. I am Dustin Starr, and welcome to the live reaction to episode 168 entitled Big Main Event, because that's exactly what we had. Two of the biggest, baddest dudes in Memphis wrestling in the main event with the most prestigious championship on the line. That's the Memphis Heritage Championship. Hello, everybody. I am Dustin Starr, and this is the live reaction to episode 168. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. What's up, Rob? The first one in the room with a championship badge next to his name. And some of you might notice that guys like Eddie Kane Main and Jeffrey, they've got red straps on their championship badges. And that's because the longer that you remain a members only, your championship belt changes. So big shout out to those two. Those are two that I saw. And shout out to Rob for his championship badge as well. I know his is going to be upgraded. Maybe even custom. What about that? But anyways, go ahead and join the members only. If you haven't already, it's only $3.99 per month. We were at Lafayette's Music Room on Thursday night, and it was no holds barred. It's Memphis wrestling like you've never seen before. It's bump and grind wrestling. You never know what we're going to say. You never know what we're going to do. But I know you guys have seen the clip of Peter versus the Chicken. That match will be updated or uploaded in full this weekend for members only, along with the other matches. So lots of fun stuff. Plus, next Saturday, we're live at the Wrestle Center for a special event. It's only about an hour event, but it will be filmed, and we will feature it on members only. Pink or blue. It's a big gender reveal event. Myself and my lovely Maria will be on the call. And then, of course, we'll have a couple of matches for you, especially pink versus blue. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Those seats are absolutely free. Get your ticket right now and reserve that seat, that free seat at memphiswrestling.tv. Then on June 2nd, Kid Cash is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Get those tickets right now. Use the code word CASH at checkout and you'll save $5. And then we just announced, and you saw it on the commercials today, AJ Francis is headed back to Memphis Wrestling. But he's not coming alone. We're going to make another big announcement later this week at the talent, the feature talent, another former WWE superstar that's going to be joining AJ Francis, who is a TNA wrestling superstar. It is absolutely loaded. Those tickets will be on sale this weekend. So that's June 23rd. And the day before, on June 22nd, we'll be at AutoZone Park with the Memphis Redbirds on wrestling night. All right, let me get over here into the live chat. Go ahead and put your questions, comments, and whatever you got on the side, and I'll do my best to respond to those. We had a big day of action. Not only did we have Maurice the Strong trying to dethrone the Memphis Heritage Champion, K Toomer, the big man, and he had the entire circus with him. But then also, Buff Bagwell returns to Memphis Wrestling. And not only does he return to Memphis Wrestling, but he issued a challenge, and it is official next week in the main event for the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles. It's Lord Gaston and Sir Matthew versus Big John Dalton and Buff Bagwell. Guys, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, because Buff Bagwell was in a boot. Doesn't look like he's physically able to compete. You heard me ask him. You heard Gaston and Matthew ask him in a little more rude and disrespectful way, but it looks like it's going to happen. Big John Dalton and Buff the Stuff Bagwell in a tag team championship match next week in the main event. Plus, we had a huge lumberjack tag team match and so much more. So shocking victory. 3 victories in a row, as a matter of fact, for All the Way Ray over Mike Anthony. And I saw you guys responding to that in the live chat. Absolutely incredible. Never seen anything like it. A Memphis Heritage champion, a Cobra Cup champion, a Memphis Trios champion. Mike Anthony has done it all. And now he's on his first losing streak. All right, what's up, Rob? He says, I like this. Easier to find. Rico, he says, what's up, Dustin? Hey, Steve G. He says, good show. Thank you so much. Rico says, I'm Dustin. Do you know that dude that Simon assaulted? No, I do not. That's not the VIP experience that we talk about on the commercials at the Wrestle Center. But Psycho Simon had his opponent not show up for the match, hightailed it out of there, wanted no part of a fight with Psycho Simon. And so what did Psycho Simon do? Pulls a fan out of the stands and hangs him up by a chain. I hate to say it, but I don't think we're going to see very much of Psycho Simon moving forward. Thomas, what's going on? He says, yellow, Dustin, and everybody. A big shout out to Lance Russell. Rob says, Anthony needs to change something to get out of this slump. Wash his lucky socks. Get a new piece of lucky bubble gum or something. Rob, I totally agree. I've never seen anything like this with Mike Anthony. Lurvy's in the house, says, hello, Dustin. I was asked about a faction in the chat room, the York Foundation. Who were they? I didn't get WCW on television in 91 where I live. Well, if you have Peacock, then check it out. The York Foundation, just an old wrestling in WCW is a wrestling faction. That's all. I don't even think they ever won a championship belt. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a very cool faction. What's up, Brendale? How are you? Sean's in the house. He's flaunting those emojis there. Adam says, hey, Dustin, did you catch RO last night? Glad you still got power, bro. No, I still have power. Yeah, absolutely. I hosted the Orion Federal Credit Union 5K this morning at about 7 a.m. It was awesome. I was on the stage with WMC Action News 5 anchor Joe Birch, the Memphis legend. So it was a really, really good time. A couple people walked away with Orion Federal Credit Union 5K championship belts. So yeah, no, actually, man, we have perfect weather here in Memphis, Tennessee. You can see out of my back door there a little bit, but the sun is coming through. What's up, Robert? Hey, Ronald, Steve G. Anthony must have heat with the booker. Hey, man, don't ask me. Eddie Kane is here, and he's giving me a $5 donation plus $4 in the live chat. Big shout out to Eddie Kane. I appreciate it. He said, I saw Mike and Toomer last week in the Rumble. That was actually Reality of Wrestling. Can't remember which one, but they both lost. Okay, so that was the Last Stand Rumble. That's like the Grind City Rumble or the Royal Rumble to the WWE. That's the Last Stand Rumble from Reality of Wrestling. K Toomer made an appearance, and also Mike Anthony did as well. You can actually see K Toomer squaring off with Big Zilla Fatu in that thing as well. So Mike had a good showing. And I do think that K Toomer is back for the TV tapings this weekend for Booker T at Reality of Wrestling. Big shout out to Eddie Kane, man. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. And what we do with those donations, if you do decide to donate, is we use those to buy tickets for kids and families who typically wouldn't be able to come to Memphis Wrestling. And I don't want to name any names, but a lot of them watch this live chat and they watch the show. So big shout out to them. That is why we're able to do what we do. Eddie Kame, thank you so much. Keith says, what a day in Memphis Wrestling from Ray's 3 victories and the Click and their uncalled for actions. Let's talk about that. Have you ever seen anybody spray painted other than the NWO? I don't know that I've seen anybody get spray painted yellow down their back, but King Cobra was away and Michael was taken advantage of. Ben's in the house. He says, good afternoon, Dustin. It's been a great day. Yes, Ben, I saw you this morning at the 5K. Good job. Also, I'm admiring that red championship belt that you've got on your championship badge there. Big shout out to Ben. I'll see you at the next live event, I'm sure. Did you get your tickets for the gender reveal next Saturday? Are you going to be able to join us? That's at 2 p.m. bell time. We'll probably go from like 2 to 3. We'll open the doors at 1 p.m. We're going to have all sorts of pink and blue snacks for you guys. It's going to be one big party. Rob says Barnabas needs to talk Holly Weird Jimmy. A manager's supposed to help the guy win, not lose. He needs to reread the heel manager manual. I totally agree. Jeffrey says, please tell me that this feud between Toomer and Maurice isn't over. I have no idea. Where do you go next? Kate Toomer has dismantled the circus like one by one and then all together. Adam says, holy Bagwell. Larry says, I had a feeling Psycho Simple Simon would take it out on someone in the crowd if his match was called off. So who from the dressing room would want to take him on? You know what, Lurvy? Let's not put the cart before the horse. When you attack a fan at ringside, I don't know if they're even letting you back in the building, bro. So we'll have to see what happens with the championship committee and Cobra and Michael and all that stuff. And let's talk about Brad Martin not even showing up. Like, you were there. I guess you saw who you were wrestling and you just left. Might have been a smart move after what we saw Psycho Simon do to the fan. Toro, what's up? I am doing good, man. Been up all morning since 5 a.m. Rico says, hey, Dustin, I'm not understanding posting in my training what it means when I'm picked up for a slam. You've got to post. It's very easy. You got to post. Mayor Jammin here Had the first show in Little Rock go? Any chance of another in Little Rock in the future? Yes, actually, the show in Little Rock did so well with the Arkansas Travelers. They wanted to bring us back this season, and it might happen, but definitely next season. Hopefully, this will be an annual thing that we do with the minor league baseball team, the Arkansas Travelers. Man, big shout out to them and their crew, man. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait till next time when we can set up in the beer garden. Beer and wrestling pretty much goes hand in hand, right? Ben's here. Look, there's Andrea. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Ben says, what's the clique trying to prove by spraying a yellow streak on Michael? I think it was Michael calling Van a coward and said he's yellow and all that stuff. I guess they were just rubbing that in his face. Here's Rob. Looks like, Rob, is that a blue strap on your championship badge? Every seat at the Wrestle Center is likely to get someone like some one-on-one with the talent. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Pretty much every fan in the building before the show, during the show, and maybe even after the show are meeting with the wrestlers in some form or fashion. Brian, what's going on, man? Welcome. Arturo says, what the heck? The Hollywood clique trying to prove? Have no idea. Rico says, I think y'all need a better security team with the actual security guards. You know, that's a pretty good point, Rico, but hold on. Big Dan is a retired police officer of 25 years. I think he knows when he should step in and when he shouldn't, and when he's outmanned and when he's not. They were all over Psycho Simon about that fan, but Psycho Simon's about 6'5", 300 plus pounds. There's Keith right here. I can't believe Simon attacked a fan. It's despicable. Does the fan get a lifetime ticket to Memphis wrestling shows now? Please don't sue me. Brody the Rockstar's in the house. What's up, Brody? There's old school Dave. What's going on? Thank you, brother. We need to sign a petition to fire Psycho Simon immediately. Who's with me? Who's with Brody? You got to fire Psycho Simon. Hey, Brody, I'm glad he just didn't pull you out of there, put you in the ring. Andrew says, hi, Dustin. That was absolutely disgusting and cowardly that the Hollywood clique attacked Michael. Van Vicious a coward. I hope they get punished for this. How about you? I'm sure there's going to be some sort of repercussions for that, Andrea. You know that for sure. Ken Terminator said, Dustin, did you see K. Toomer's Trouble in Paradise? He might be more agile than Yoko. God rest his soul. By the way, what's up? Hey, Ken Terminator, how are you, man? Good chatting with you in the live chat there. K. Toomer. Dude, I was about to clip and post a little reel of the spin kick, but I can't pick which one. There were two spin kicks that were so awesome in that match. K. Toomer defies gravity. He went, the 387-pounder went one-on-one with the 420-pound Aaron Roberts the other night in Lafayette. I thought they were going to tear the ring down. That match will be available on members only this weekend. K. Toomer has one hell of a kick. For sure. Robert's in the house. He says, Dustin, what do you think about the team formed for Anarchy at the arena? I didn't get all caught up. I fell asleep watching last night because I had such a early call time, but I'll get all caught up on it. I think Kenny Omega made the match, right? Ken Terminator shouting out to his friends in the chat. Jeffrey's here. No championship for the Yorks, if I remember correctly. Rob says, was All the Way Ray that good, or is Mike distracted? Man, All the Way Ray hasn't lost very much. He's been on fire since he lost at Super Bout. And that was shenanigans as well. Adam says, was talking about the lights from last night, Dustin. The lights from last night. Put it all in a thing for me, Adam. There's so much chat going on. I'm trying to get caught up. Let's see. Holy Bagwell. Lights last night. Put it all in one comment, Adam. I'm not following you. I'm sorry. Lurvy says, what will it take for Mike Anthony to get back to his winning ways or get back on a winning track? It's not like him as a ring face or heel to be on a losing streak. Yeah, man. I don't know. Stay tuned. Andrew says, hi, Dustin. How do you feel about the 2024 King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament so far? Man, I think I'm more interested. Like, I think these are great tournaments, all right? So, like, Chelsea Green's got to win the Queen of the Ring, right? Who's going to win the King of the Ring? I have to look at the bracket to give it a good guess. But also, Cody versus Logan Paul is going to be awesome. Ken Terminator says, I feel sorry for Mike. That guy has talent. Hollywood Clique wants a war. Well, they're about to get one. You might be right, Arturo. Keith's here, says Simon and the Clique's actions have no place in pro wrestling. Cody says, hey, Dustin, what's going on today, man? You got it. Just rocking and rolling. Willie says, hey, Dustin, Psycho Simon versus Big Swole, Justin Cole, or the Gun Show. Now, we did see the showdown at West Carroll High School, the Gun Show and Psycho Simon, and it was something to behold. They didn't keep it in the ring. They fought all over the building, into the bleachers and everything. Rico says K Toomer is the measuring stick of Memphis wrestling. He's the number one guy, but with that, he's a target. Well, you would have to think that the gun show has to have his eyes on that Memphis Heritage Championship as soon as he's finished with the Righteous Path. Or is he finished with the Righteous Path? Cosmic Joe's in the house. What's the chances of booking Zilla Fatu? We are just awaiting an approved date. That is it. We've been on this for months. Rob says Michael got painted. He needs to make some friends to keep the Hollyweirds in check so he can knock the panties off a van. Okay, well, there's some insight from Rob. Rico says, hey, Dustin, if you were able to, I'd want to see the LA Hustlers versus the Street Profits. Man, I'd love to book the Street Profits. They are in an exclusive contract with WWE. Adam says, I did. It was Hollywood Hogan putting the yellow stripe on Macho Man in 96. I don't remember Cena and JBL in 2005, but I definitely remember now that you said that Hogan painting a yellow stripe on Macho Man. Now, that's good stuff right there. Ben says the York Foundation, here we go, comprised of Terry Taylor, Ricky Morton, Tommy Rich, and Alexandra York, who was Terry Runnels. That's right, Marlena. The guys were called Terrence, Richard, and Thomas. Thank you for that, Ben. York Foundation, I did like them. Love the new emojis. Rob's putting them up there. Big John Dalton and NWO Red and Black. I mentioned the York Foundation in the other stream. We were talking about the York Foundation just a few minutes ago, too. Ken Terminated. Lurvy says one wrestler and 3 non-wrestlers did not make a winning faction. The Clique should be the ones on the losing side, not Mike Anthony. That's a good point. So the way that it works, I guess, is Jimmy Blaylock is the leader of the Hollywood Clique. He has 2 Secret Service members that protect him, and you saw him come out looking around and all that kind of silly stuff. And then they have Van Vicious as the lead star. He is the lead star of the Hollywood Clique. Still don't know how many movies that Van Vicious has made or Hollywood Jimmy, but that's a conversation for another day. Ken Terminated says, Lurvy, were you asking Dustin or the chat about the York Foundation? Because I brought it up. Yes, I think that's what happened. Is it was brought up in the live chat. We brought it up here in the live reaction. And a big shout out to Ben for giving us some info. 3 times in a row. That's right. Ray Collins, all the way Ray, pinned Mike Anthony, not once, not twice, but 3 times on today's program. And you know that Mike has to be just devastated. Rob says, great episode from start to finish. I totally agree. I love this episode. This was my favorite out of this week and last week. If we just keep getting better each week. Lurvy says, I asked Dustin. Yeah, there you go. Brian says, another great main event. Thank you, Dustin. You're welcome. Good stuff. Adam says, for the Simon situation, I would have Cobra booked Simon in a match against Cruel if he comes back to Memphis from his undisclosed location. What do you think? I would love to see Cruel go head-to-head with Psycho Simon. I would love to see the Gun Show go head-to-head with Psycho Simon. Heck, man, I'm here for a good time. Give me K Toomer versus Psycho Simon. Big John Dalton's looking fitter. Maybe Buff is giving him some training tips. I think you're catching on pretty good there, Rob. That is, these guys are very tight for sure, for real. Rico says, could we see some cruiserweights in Memphis wrestling? I think almost everybody's cruiserweight. Not everybody. We got some of the biggest dudes ever in Memphis wrestling, but yeah, potentially. Ben says, what's the record for the fastest match in Memphis wrestling? Collins versus Anthony. Match 1 must have set the record. It had to, Ben. I can't remember anybody else losing that fast. The Hollywood Pricks, not the Clique. Okay. Little Rock crowd was on fire. I agree. What happened to Corey Graves? Corey Graves is on TV. Who is that mysterious hobbit Memphis wrestling keeps showing making his way to the promotion? I have no idea. This is so strange. Hey, Blaylock, you and your gang should be ashamed. Clicked ruined Mikey's JC Penney suit. I'll sign the petition. Is there a petition? I'm in. Sign me up. Brody the Rockstar. Matt Locke. I'm trying to get caught up, guys. Members only matches. Can't wait. Yep, those will be posted up this week. Will you film more matches like how you guys used to on YouTube from other events, like the one where you're at the bar? Yes, those will be available on members only. So be sure to join, Rico. It's only $3.99 a month. Also, there's a brand new championship belt that will be debuting at some point. That's all I'm going to say, but it's on members only as well. Lots of really, really cool stuff. Hey, by the way, anyone looking for Tyson and Paul's boxing bout? Yes, I want to watch that. Brody says, hey, man, look, I was thinking the exact same thing. I wasn't there today. K. Toomer is a gymnast, flexible, crazy. Bonus matches. Yes, there will be several bonus matches. I think either 6 or 7 that's going to hit members only tomorrow. I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but he's good in the ring. All right, Ken terminated. Here, let me get caught up. I got a couple more minutes. Dustin, I could be wrong, but I think John Dalton and Buff Bagwell will win the tag team titles to create a feel-good story, but I can see them lose to create heel heat from the fans. Well, we got to pick one. Next week, main event, tag team titles on the line, Big John Dalton and Buff Bagwell. Here's Lurby, Buff Bagwell, and Big John Dalton do look like a fine tag team, but if there's a team I can feel can beat Matt the Rat and Prince Uncharming, it's DK and Ray Ray or Too Cool 2. All right, DK and Ray Ray with a big victory today on Memphis Wrestling. Andrew says, hey, Dustin, I was shocked to see All the Way Ray beat Mike Anthony 3 times. Haven't seen anybody do that since Jeff Hardy did it to Jeff Jarrett in TNA in 2009. How about you? I don't even remember that, but I never remember seeing Mike Anthony. Well, I guess I saw him lose to K. Toomer, but you don't see Mike Anthony lose that often, especially 3 times in one day. Brody says, thank you, Adam, for reading with me. Really need to get him out of the building because he makes me so scared. Brody the Rockstar always has his head on a swivel when Psycho Simon is in the building. What are your thoughts, Dustin, on Mike Tyson's return to the ring? I hope he kills Jake Paul. And if he doesn't, I think it's a work. Bagwell isn't under contract, so I can see them losing. Okay. The man who wear pink wrestling trunks, Van Vicious, is going to get a beatdown. It wasn't today. Have you seen Iron Claw? No, but I have it in my email. Johnny Radio sent it to me, so I will watch that as soon as I have a second. Did you see WWE Next Gen Roku series? I definitely saw Pro Wrestler and all those athletes. No, I have not seen that yet either. I need to watch it. Hold on, I'm getting caught up, guys. Oh, man, I'm way behind. No, I'm not that far behind. Okay. Top Flight still contract to AEW. York Foundation sounded like a faction for the old Memphis Wrestling. It could have been. Mike is going ballistic. How much can this guy take? All the Way Ray versus Mike Anthony. Okay. Yeah, I like that match. That was great. Wouldn't put me over since I brought up the York Foundation in the other stream. Must be 5. All right, hold on. K. Toomer's no cruiserweight. What's up, Will? Will Gray. Hi, Dustin. I'm super excited to see Adam Copeland defend the TNT Championship against Kyle O'Reilly from Vancouver on AEW Collision tonight. How about you? I will definitely watch that. I'm a big fan of Edge. I have some really, really good, fond Edge stories of when I met him. Bam Bam Bigelow and K. Toomer, cat-like moves. Yeah, I love that. 3 hours on TBS tonight. That's cool. I'll check it out. I think The Hobbit is Jay Webb's dad. That's funny. Bagwell for another tag team title. It could be. If anybody could do it, it's him. What's this? If Trevor Lee non-compete clause in, you think he might wrestle in Memphis? Quite possibly, Reggie. I'd like to have him here. Can we take a moment to acknowledge how stacked the current tag team division is right now, especially if Big John Dalton and Buff Bagwell win the tag team titles? Someone in the chat asked me if Barnabas the Ringmaster can sing and scream like Judas Priest. I don't know. What happened to Ty Matthews? Ty Matthews. Who is Ty Matthews? I don't know who that is. Chris Jericho is calling himself the Learning Tree. Terrence Taylor was a member of the York Foundation. I like that name, Terrence Taylor. W. Morrissey. I did not like that name. I like Big Bill better. If Mike Tyson does knock out Jake Paul, can we set up a mock funeral? Jake Paul's fighting career, quite potentially, but not on Memphis Wrestling. All right, I think I'm all caught up. That is an NWO name. Sorry, I had a situation. Arturo. Okay, everybody. Well, I am Dustin Starr, and I am going to go do some honey-do chores and also do a little bit of Memphis wrestling work. But I want to remind you that we're live next Saturday. It's free at the Wrestle Center. It's pink versus blue. What's it going to be? I think you guys are kind of split, but I saw a lot of pink in the chat earlier. Oh, she was married to both. All right, I'll see you guys next week. And then also on June the 2nd, Kid Cash is coming to Memphis Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr, and I will see you right here next week on Memphis Wrestling. Oh, yeah. Later, guys. Thank y'all.